Hey everybody, Alex from SeemsGoodMagic.com here, and we're back. We're doing a best 2 out of 3 Kaldheim draft. I feel like here we're probably taking the Demon Bolt unless I want to go for the Plow plan. I feel like the Plow plan is one of those things where you can probably wheel it if no one's playing it, and then you just wheel all the oxen and plows. And I'll tell you what, if it wheels and I see some oxen along the way that wheel, we'll do it. This feels like a plan that you don't have to fight for. Feels like a plan that you can be handed in a draft. And I feel like that's the best way to approach this archetype. Because like I said, I'm totally willing to do the plow plan. I think it's cool. It's a cute, I think is the best way to describe it, plan. But it seems like one you can wheel. I'd probably just take Demon Bolt here. Monocolor, solid removal. Rare's a pathway. Invasion of the Giants is decent card, kind of situational. Arnie's pretty good, but it's multicolor too. And nothing else to write home about in there, so that feels like a fine way to go about the start of this. All right. Follow-up pick in red, we just have Dwarven Reinforcements. Probably take the gold card here. I think this card is actually quite good. I haven't played the Rakdos aggro plan in a while, but I kind of like it. And yeah, I think the Blood Sky Massacre has some potential high upside. Maybe we even get the reinforcements back to get some value off of it, which is cool. But yeah, I mean, it's a cool card. Good upside here. I think Kai's Onslaught would be a fine pick too. I haven't even gotten a chance to play it yet, but it's definitely strong, especially paired with red with Run Amok. But yeah, let's take the Blood Sky Massacre. It's a cool card. It's fun. All right, we can follow up with Vengeful Reaper now. Otherwise, Cinderheart Giant and Shackles of Treachery in red, but I'm fine taking the Reaper. It's not a Berserker as it turns out, but it's a great card. You get Evasion, you get Death Touch, you get Haste, you get Foretell. It's a lot of abilities wrapped into an uncommon. It's kind of shocking. I'm still overwhelmed on a set-by-set basis by how much they tack onto cards nowadays. I feel like an old man. All right, let's take the Vengeful Reaper. Oh, Carter. Well, that's a good reason to stick with this sweet Berserker Rakdos plan. It's a fun archetype. I like it a lot. I really like Tuskeri Firewalker. Berserker's playable in here, obviously Run Amok, but yeah, let's play the Carter. Let's take it. Let's see if we can pull this deck together. I really like Carter a lot. Cool card. Very strong. Ooh, Carter's Vicious Return. Well, win in Rakdos. Yeah, I think we do it. We don't have any great things to throw yet, but I think it's a good card. For the longest time, I was forgetting each player discards a card. It's each player discards a card. This card would just be so much better if it made your opponent discard on the second mode instead of each player, but that's fine. It's a lot of good stuff you get out of it. You get a Lightning Bolt, which you can throw away like your Elderfang Disciple, and then make them discard, and then bring your Disciple back, get a 2/2 with haste that makes them discard. It's good value, but let's take it. So there's Smashing Success now. It's at least a good sideboard card. Otherwise, a bunch of white stuff. And a Draugr Recruiter. We'll take the Smashing Success. We'll take a sideboard card. I feel like we've kind of painted ourselves into this deck now, which is okay. Not a huge deal, but we're going to have to live with it now. Could take the Way Down. I don't really like Way Down if you know me. I'd much prefer to do stuff like Run Amok and Demonic Gifts and stuff. So let's take the Reinforcements, which has some synergy with the Blood Sky Massacre. It's actually really good synergy. Well, maybe not really good. I was thinking you could do this turn 2, but that's not exactly true. So it doesn't really matter. We'll take Dwarven Reinforcements anyway because I think it's good. There is the Oxen in here. Let's see if we get the... Well, thankfully the Plow didn't come back to give me the choice, but here we probably take Skull Raid, which is good. I think it's better for us than Effigy. We're trying to cut red and black to the best of our abilities here. Yeah, we'll take a Way Down now over a Steel Effect. We don't have any sacrifice abilities anyway, do we? Wait, I thought we have one, didn't we? Yeah. Carter's Vicious Return. That's a tough one to swing, though. Gotta have 7 mana. I don't think my aggro deck is going to have 7 whole mana. All right, we'll take another Dwarven Reinforcements. It's totally fine. If we get some Berserker synergies, some more, we're going to be happy about it. Skull Raid number 2 or the Shackles of Treachery? It's a good question. Shackles is at least a good sideboard card. I could see myself playing 2 Skull Raids, but I don't know if it's going to happen or not. Ooh, Run Amok versus Firewalkers. It's actually closer than one might think, because Run Amok is actually kind of important for this deck. Like I said, I like it much more for Way Down for a deck like this, but I think we'll go Firewalker. I've just had tremendously good experiences with Firewalker, so we could take the Infernal Pet. We already have a Shackles, but You know what? Maybe we take the Shackles anyway. I actually think that, I never read that second ability, but you get to destroy equipment too. That's totally relevant against some decks. There's a lot of equipment that's played here. We'll take the worst. I guess they're both pretty bad. It doesn't matter. And last pick, Snakeskin Veil. What a crime against humanity. All right, Maskwood Nexus, probably a little bit too slow. Unfortunately, there's not anything particularly good for us here. I don't really need the Infernal Pet. I don't really need the Vault Robber. I guess we could take a Shimmer Drift Veil. It kind of helps the mana, but it gives us a tap land, which I don't love. I'd probably do it anyway. There is snow in black and a little bit in red, too. And I don't really want the vehicles. Well, this pack feels like a bit of a mess. I mean, I could take Maskwood Nexus. It spits out Berserkers, technically, but it's just too slow for my aggro deck, so I don't think so. All right, we can take another reinforcement, so we can take the Snow Mountain. Or we can take the Disciple. Well, here's the thing about Disciple. I actually like it quite a bit with cards like Way Down and Carter's Vicious Return, and even Skull Raid. Making them discard their hand is probably good value. We could also, once again, take the Snow-Covered Mountain and hope to find some snow value stuff, but I don't think the Berserker deck... And we may not even be a Berserker deck. We can just be we can be Rakdos aggro. I'd like to find some like Goldvein picks or good equipment. This deck kind of hinges on good equipment. It's kind of why aggro decks work in this format, is because of equipment. So we can do Raise the Draugr. We don't really have a lot of creature consistency, though. A lot of our Berserkers are actually tokens, oddly enough. I think I still take it just because Vault Robber's not doing much for us, and neither is Dual Strike. I guess Dual Strike, copying reinforcements to spit out more, it's a little bit too not what I'm looking for. So we could take Provoke the Trolls, get some removal. We could take the Hulk, which is actually good for a deck like this. A solid 4-drop beater. Probably go for Trolls, get some removal. We don't actually have a lot of creatures of our own that can survive it, but you can also burn face with it, which is relevant. This pack has been not so good for us, because we have currently 6, 7 creatures. Oh, well, there we go. I love Dwarven Hammer, one of my favorite cards in this format. Super fun to play, great on the top end, and on top of that, you can just makes your Dwarven reinforcements much better. So, all right, finally got a good pickup from this pack. Very good. Well, here I think we'll take the Jarl. I just like this card in general, and when we've got all these little dinkers, it's nice to just have something that can finish off their big dudes. So we'll take it over Reinforcements, despite Reinforcements having good synergy with Blood Sky Massacre or whatever. Yeah, Turgid Shadow is something we could consider too, but I'll take the Jarl. I'm fine with that. I don't think we quite have the goodies to make this deck work yet, so kind of hinging on next couple picks and then pack 3 to really put this whole deck together. We have 8 creatures currently, if you include this. Wait, 6, 7, 8. Maybe I actually have 9. Yeah. So 9 creatures. Not bad. Since most of them are tokens, though, it's going to make Raise the Draugr quite a bit worse. All right, I'm down with the second Firewalker. We need to be able to draw cards, and we don't really have incentive for snow. I think the ship has sailed on any sort of snow plan. And another Jarl would be fine too, actually, but I'm going to take the Firewalker. I've had good experiences with it. All right, Demonic Gifts is actually something I'm interested in, or we could take another Jarl, actually. That's interesting. Probably take the Jarl, actually. I really like this, and like I said, with our tokens, it's going to be quite good. So, a bit of a miss. Could take the Raiders card, don't really need it. Probably just cut the red card that I don't think we're going to play. So it looks like white was more open this pack, but I kind of like backed myself into a corner playing this just simply because I took the gold cards early. Like I second picked the Massacre and I found this and this, so hopefully that pans out pack 3, we'll see. Could take Smashing Success number 2 for sideboard, but I would probably go deep on Reinforcements. With double Jarl, they're looking a lot better. I'll just cut the red card. Way Down 2 is going to be worse with a lower creature count. Something to consider. We'll take the weakest card, which is probably the Intruder. It might actually be... they're both pretty weak. So getting some late blue stuff. mean, we're close to a deck already, which is good, and we'll probably still play the Shimmer Drift Veil as a random fixer. Man, white is super open. Yeah. Just someone jump into white, please. In blue. Varagot's a sweet one. Well, there's also Draugr's Helm, which is actually a Berserker, which is cool. Squash, Death Knell Berserker, all of these are good. I think we just take Varagoth, though. In our deck, it probably finds... I mean, it can find a few utility things. We have some removal, so... yeah, I'm fine with that. It's a 3-mana 2/3 Death Touch. There's really nothing to go wrong about that, so we'll take it. Cool rare. We're basically just like another equipment card away from being quite good, I think, because the Dwarven Hammer really allows you to go over the top in those stalemate spots. So I could take Death Knell Berserker here. We don't really have a lot of ways to buff it, however, but it is a cheap Berserker. Might be more interested in that than over a Dwarven Reinforcements, probably. If we get one more equipment card, this Berserker gets a lot more special, or if we find some Run-Amoks or whatever. Man, Toski was in there. That's cool. Could take another Shackles. Don't need that. Don't really need the Faithful. Probably just take a Faithful, I guess. We already have 2 Shackles in the sideboard. This deck needs a little help. We need a little bit of help. All right, we can take the Frostbite, or we can take the Cavalry, or we can take the Raven Wings. So this is a Berserker. This is some removal. Still a little bit creature light, but not bad. We're at like 14, including all the token stuff. Removal-wise, we've got Demon Bolt, Provoke, Vicious Return. This can give haste, which is nice. It's also a Berserker, which is good for Massacre. Frostbite's cheap removal. We're just a creature from a deck, so maybe the Frostbite is the wisest choice. I do want the Raven Wings. Raven Wings wins games. Because we don't have any evasion. And I think we need evasion to win. We do have 1 Vengeful Reaper. I think we actually need this Raven Wings in order to win. Because I don't know how we fly over top and win otherwise. Egon, God of Death. So at the beginning of your upkeep, exile 2 cards from your graveyard. If you can't, sacrifice it and draw. Or you can play Throne of Death. You can mill a card and exile a creature. That's kind of cool. Probably just take Feed the Serpent. Well, I could try out Egon. I don't feel like I'm gonna get a lot of cards in my graveyard though. And Throne of Death seems not bad, but Feed the Serpent's pretty hard removal. It probably fits our plan a little bit better, and it exiles. Egon seems a little bit tougher to play. It's a cool card. Maybe I'm wrong, and people are going to say, what are you, crazy? That card's awesome, but I don't know about that. Probably take a Pup here. It's cheap. We need to be aggressive. So we can take the Rune of Speed. We have 2 equipment to attach it to. I guess I'm on board with that. Faithful, Swamp. Don't need any of this. Take the Swamp in case, I don't know. There's nothing. There's no in case. We don't need it, but I guess we don't need anything else. We can take the Draugr's Helm. We can take a second Raven Wings. Draugr's Helm might be a better top end than a... Probably don't need a 3rd equipment. I mean, we possibly could. I mean, this is equipment too. Yeah, we'll diversify and take the Helm, I think. So I think we're 17 land deck because we really top out at 5. Wither Crown, at least good sideboard option. I think we've got enough Dwarven Reinforcements. So there's some issues with this deck that I definitely see, but that's okay. I'll take another Shackles for sideboard. I think we're off the Raise the Draugr. Might be off the Skull Raid. Well, Candlemaster has actually impressed me. Do we have too much top end though? And not enough low end with the... I mean, you can never have enough 2-drops in your aggro decks. I think we'll actually take the Cavalry as much as I like. If I'm playing 17 lands, let's keep our curve as low as possible. We need to aggro our opponents out, and Cavalry does a good job of letting you spit out fatties and attack with them right away, so, alright. Don't need any of this. Unfortunately, I don't think the deck quite came together nicely enough. It has some good elements going for it, but it's just shy of enough of goodies where I don't have a lot of faith in it, but it's okay. I've won with worse decks before. I've also lost with much better, so it can go any way you slice it. So let's figure this out. That's a lot of 4-drops. Well, here, I'll just move them down here. There you go. Now it looks much better. So let's see. Probably can dump the Skull Raid. So we only need 17 lands. We have a 9-9 split right now. We don't have any need of snow, though. Not that that matters. Helm is really a 5-drop, so we top out at Draugr's Helm. Which is fine. I'll still play the pup, because we have some equipment to support it. This deck could have used some Tormentor's Helms. Let's dump the Skull Raid. And this is a creature. It's also a 5-drop, so we have 2 5-drops. That's okay. Curve is still probably low enough. Removal-wise, we're looking okay. And we have 12, 16 creatures, 17, 18 creatures. So we can cut some creatures. Coma's Faithful can go. I like having as many 2-drops as we possibly can here. And 1-drops. We'll keep the way down. Probably don't need all these Dwarven Reinforcements. Probably cut 2 of those and be okay. So this is 15, no, 13, 14, yeah, 15 creatures. Yeah, I'm not in love with this deck. Not in love with this deck. Really, I guess it's 16 creatures if you include the Bloodsky Massacre. I think this deck has some potential to run into problems, but this is what we got. I think this is how we're running it. And we'll see you round 1. All right, round 1, we'll play first. And yeah, we can keep this. Cavalry and a Berserker, hopefully. See if we can do something with that. All right, it was a good draw. So now we can go Cavalry and a Bloodsky Massacre. Oh, can boast, huh? All right, well, let's guess let's attack here. Could actually keep the Cavalry back in case they have a kill spell for my Massacre. That's true. And we'll play this. And next turn we can attack with both. We'll have Provoke and feed the Serpent up. Sure. So that's cool. So we can draw some cards here. I think we'll play our 4th land. We'll attack with both. Draw some cards. That's cool. They probably take it anyway, which is fine. So then we can go Dwarven Reinforcements, and next turn we can actually add 4. 4 red, which would let us probably do Provoke plus Feed or Provoke plus Draugr's Helmet. That's pretty cool. Sure. So we add 4, and it doesn't empty, which is kind of cool, actually. So how do we want to do this? Play land. We can attack for 8. I mean, I could also play the Draugur's Helm, give it haste. Get in for 4, 6, 8, 10. Still have Provoke to kill the pet. That's pretty good. Let's do that. You don't lose this mana as steps and phases end. Well, that's cool. So we'll give this haste. Get in for 10. All right, so they're willing to take a boatload of damage. I think now we'll just do the trade. And I think we'll just kill the Frenzied Raider now. That way they can't boast and make it bigger. We've got a lot of damage on board. Got to feed a Serpent for something big that we'd fear. A lot of bodies. Double Foretell, huh? Wasn't expecting that. Well, I guess it turns off our Elderfang Disciple. So I guess we just feed this Infernal pet now. And just get in there. Yeah. Alright. So we get game 1. Playing against seemingly close to a mirror match. More Boast-related Rakdos, whereas we're more like, I guess, Berserker-related, sort of. Sideboard stuff. I mean, we've got like Skull Raid, we've got Shackles. We have actual sideboard cards, but I don't know if we need them. Dwarven Reinforcements actually looks good just because it kind of trades with a lot of their stuff. But we already have a couple in there. I don't know if we need to swap some more out. I probably don't need the Raven Wings, actually. That's actually true. Like, I can get off this Rune of Speed Raven Wings plan, stick with the Dwarven Hammer, which is the best reattachable body we have anyway. Like, I don't feel like we need evasion against our ultra aggro opponent. It probably just makes more sense to throw some more multi-body cards out there, just reap the value. Could do Faithful as well over something, and that could protect us a little bit better. Like, I probably don't need one of these. I probably don't need these Jarls. Our guys are gonna trade with their dudes. I mean, they could make Raider huge, I guess. That'd be something I'd have to worry about. Faithful having lifelink is nice. Fearless Pup actually doesn't look great. Blocks a Liberator. But I could see Pup being worse here. Because at least Faithful, like, trades with stuff and, you know, gains his life. Decent argument there. Yeah, Pup's actually good with the Jarls, too. Is there something I want to cut for Faithful? It's the only question I have right now. Could do one less reinforcement, I guess. We still have 3. Bring that up. Get a lifelinker. I mean, Faithful's not great here either. Trades with their 1-drop. I guess I'd rather have the card advantage of reinforcements against them, I think. Just getting multi-bodies to trade with stuff is generally good. Despite being a little bit slow. A little bit. This hand is slow, but I feel like I'd probably keep it. We didn't get any of those Skull Cairns. Oh, Fearless Pups, huh? Alright. Hmm. Well, let's hope they don't boast here, I guess. Alright, so they can boast now, so I guess we'll have to trade off with the raider here. Alright, so they kill our dude. We'll take 4. And I guess we'll play... It's a tough one. Oh, we have way down. I guess we go Firewalker and way down the Raider. So I can leave up Provoke the Trolls to block the pup, and then they can pay the mana, and I can kill it, potentially, which isn't the worst. We have Dwarven Reinforcements, too, which is not bad. Because they only have 2 cards in hand, they're low on mana. It's a decent opportunity here to cast the Reinforcements, I think. Another thing I can do is play the Carter. Carter potentially is very good. Probably do Carter, actually. My thinking here is, if they don't have removal for Carter, it's a tough spot for him. Because we get to eat the pet and the Dusk Wielder. They can hit us with the pup or whatever. But they're also going to lose life. So they need removal for Doom or Carter, or they're in some trouble. Alright. So they lose, yeah. We drain them, so that worked out pretty well. Sure. So now we have 6 lands, which means we probably go... I think we go Reinforcements, Foretell, then we pass. They're going to be tempted to attack with their 2 pups here, because they have the boast. So we can actually block each of the pups, and whatever one they boast and buff, we can just provoke it, which is fine. Alright, so that one. Kill that. They lose a life. They lose another life. Yeah, that was pretty good for us. So now I feed the serpent as well, so we can go... well, we can... Shouldn't have played my land there, but that's okay. Ended up not getting punished, so that's nice. Yeah. Alright, we'll see for round 2. Alright, round 2, we'll play first. It's a keep. So Foretell into Firewalker, potentially into Carter, likely into Carter, I guess. We'll see. I might want to boast if I have something better to play. Alright, feed the serpent, decent draw. Alright, we'll drop the Firewalker. Now we might want to boast. Because we get to follow up with another Firewalker. Depends. Reinforcements, alright. Oh. Okay. So now I think we might just play Carter and pass. So if they have an answer for Carter, we're probably in some trouble, but if they don't, we're doing okay. Alright, so they had the answer. It's going to make this a little more tricky. We're going to have to take 5 and hope we get some value out Firewalker here. So we'll attack and boast. Alright, so we play the land. And I guess we do another Firewalker. Ooh, Magda. It's a strong one. So, I suppose we trade now. What? So they had to use the treasure, I see. Sure. Just some equipment, not the end of the world. Alright, so that's a good draw. Let's do the Firewalker first here. And boast. Carter's Vicious Return, that's cool. So, get our damage in. We're gonna go land. We have 1 left. So let's see. If I play the Dwarven Hammer, I can block the Magda, but we're gonna take 1 from Tormentor's Helm, which means we take 6 total. We go to 3. It's probably a little bit too much. What's another option I can do? Feed the Serpent might have to be the best use of mana. So during their combat step, I think we have to kill Magda. And that way they don't get a re-equip. Wait, what did I dig off of that I didn't play? Carter's Vicious Return. Well, I didn't want to sack my Firewalker, so that's okay. I mean, I could have. But Firewalker seems more important to me to find a way out of this mess. I might actually need to feed the Serpent for the Raptor eventually. That's true. But right now, I guess we feed Magda. This does the most damage prevention, so. I mean, we have some more removal spells in here somewhere. Like Way Down or Demon Bolt. So we have more ways to deal with Raptor, thankfully. But we do have to find them. Our 3/2's not looking so hot against their 2/1s. Uh-oh. They only have 1, right? So they can just deal 1 to us. Alright, not the worst. Alright, so do we have enough here to live? Yeah, we can do. I can swing with Firewalker. We have 6. Could play a land still. So that brings me down to 5, 6. Play this. Alright. I think we need to keep digging here. I mean, we need all the card advantage we can get. Unfortunately, I don't think that one's good enough. Well, I guess I can play it. Yeah, that's true. Alright. Better than losing it, I suppose. So, play this. Play the Helm. Actually, no, we don't have the black to do that, do we? Okay. So we have to go Berserker and leave up Jarl here. All right, so we have the shackles. I think we're gonna bring both shackles in because it actually blows up their equipment and lets us beat them down with their own creatures. So that to me seems worth it. So we'll go to game 2 here and figure this out. It's not the worst matchup. We have the means to deal with some equipment. They do have Magda, though, so their deck's better than ours, but it doesn't mean we can't win. It certainly doesn't mean we can't win. Yeah, we'll bring all the shackles in. I think we go deep on that plan. We'll get off of expensive. We don't need to do this against an aggro deck, and Draugr's Helm probably too slow anyway. So shackles actually like in this matchup. It gives us some cool ways to interact with their equipment, blow it up, deal damage with them with their things. That's cool. So we'll do that. Do I want to bring in more reinforcements? Maybe. Like, my removal is not great against them, but I probably still need my removal. Maybe not. If I had to cut a removal, it'd probably be to feed the serpent, only because Provoke the Troll still kills everything they showed us. I guess that's not true. It doesn't. Well, whatever. I don't really want to do Wither Crown. I can do one more reinforcements, I think. And Jarl's probably... Jarl can probably go. Jarl, yeah, you know what? Jarl might not be up to snuff. Maybe I keep one in. We'll just do... Just in case I need it. All right, we'll try out the Shackles sideboard plan. Could totally work. It could. Could fall apart on us, too. We'll see. All right. Looks good to me. We'll choose black with our Shimmer Drift Veil, and then we've got double of both our colors. That was a good draw. So we can go Firewalker. We can attack and boast and still be able to play reinforcements, potentially. Unfortunately, it's just destroy target equipment. It'd be much cooler if it was a destroy all equipment. I'd like that. That's probably Demon Bolt, but that's not a huge deal. So we'll do the Firewalker here. Gotta be willing to trade our Firewalker for their Demon Bolt. Mm-hmm. Oh. They're just staying back, huh? Well, this is a pretty good, especially with them missing a land, this is a pretty good opportunity to steal and boast. I mean, there's nothing we can play off the boast, so maybe it's not worth it. But blowing up their equipment here and getting in for 5, it's good enough for me. I don't think there's actually any reason to boast. There's nothing we can play for 0 mana, so it's like exiling the top card of our deck, which really doesn't do anything. Oh, they're ready to Iron Verdict it. Well, I'm okay with that. We have Way Down now, which is nice. They're also missing their land drop still. So we'll play the reinforcements, we'll play the pup. And we'll actually pass. We're not in a big rush to play the Way Down. More than likely we'll play the Way Down, but I want to see what we're up against here. Maybe they go for more of a equipment plan. Ooh, Dubs Raptor, huh? Okay. So we can do the Berserker plus the Shackles. Probably just smash with Pup. See if they trade. So maybe I should have weighed down. Well, even if I'd weighed down last turn, I would have run into the same problem. So not a huge deal. I still would have had to just attack with the first striker to kill their first striker. So it's not that big of a deal. Clarion Spirit, that's a good one. Nice. It's good value. Great value, as a matter of fact. Great value, Walmart. Carter. So Carter's pretty slick here. We're going to do that. Because we probably... Question is, do I weigh down the Raptor? I mean, I guess it saves on some points of damage. They're going to have to attack with Clarion Spirit. All right. Guess we dump. Doesn't matter. I don't think it matters. If I attack, though, they might just make trades. So I think we'll hope they don't have removal for Carter. Either way, they have to attack, so that's okay. All right, that's fine. So we'll make the trade. Not a bad trade. I mean, the problem is they have more cards in hand. Ooh, but then we immediately draw the hammer. It is hammer time. Ooh, nice value. All right, kind of a wise choice there, because now they can just trade off with token. I don't really want to trade my 5/1 for their token because we don't have a good follow-up, so I guess we pass. Now we're basically hunting. I mean, I could steal their token or I could steal the 4/2. Still not quite good enough. All right, so they bound and gold a token. We gotta find something now. Reinforcements works. So we'll play it. And pass. They can find something with this Axe Guard Armory. The good news is we have this Shackles. Just waiting. Patiently waiting with this Shackles. Oh, two can play at this game, huh? All right. Take our one. Ooh, Carter's Vicious Return. It's actually a perfect draw because... Yeah. Just the problem is I'm 1 mana short of all the glory here. So, And I have to discard off of it. So I guess it makes more sense this turn to equip the hammer. I'm actually a mana short of this plus this, so we're going to hopefully find our mana here. All right. GG's. We'll see you for the next one. All right, round 3, we'll play first. This ends a keep. Probably do turn 2 Foretell Reaper. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Then in potentially turn 3 Vargoth. Turn 4 Berserker plus Reaper. Could work out. This is a good draw. So turn 3 Vargoth. Turn 4 Berserker Reaper maybe. We'll see. What do I want to boast? I mean, I almost want to boast a land, as sad as that is. Can I actually go Berserker Pup here? Wonder what's best. Actually, maybe Reaper Pup. I guess we just do Vargoth. It's really tough to go wrong with a 2/3 that boasts into finding any card in your deck. It's pretty slick. But yeah, I suppose we want to boast a land if we don't draw one here. As sad as that is. Alright, well, Bloodsky Massacre might just be good enough too. Because that's gonna find us some stuff. I mean, I admit I wish I had a Berserker out, maybe, to take some more advantage, but it's okay. So we can kill the Outrider. I'm kind of okay with that. This way they don't have a creature on board. We draw a card. We're going to have 4 mana next turn because of the Bloodsky Massacre. Didn't draw a land there, but it's not a huge deal. This is not a Berserker. It's a Rogue. They are 1 mana from activating Faceless Haven, which is a little bit scary. Because turns out a 4/3 is not bad against us. Alright. Blew that up. Which actually keeps us off 4 mana, which is relevant here. Let's see. So, I mean, at least they don't have a blocker. So what do we want to do? We can do... Firewalker makes the best use of mana. I guess that's not true. We'll just go Reaper plus Pup. And that is a pretty good beating force here. It's not really much they can block here. Yeah. Turns out Death Touch is pretty good when you're aggro. And when you're starved for mana. Well, discarding we can probably do. So we'll probably ditch the... honestly, we'll probably ditch the... well, it could ditch the Berserker. Yeah, I guess Berserker makes the most sense. That way, if they play something fat, Jarl can still get it. If we draw a land, of course. Alright, we can weigh down now. That's pretty nice. Because they have a double blocker for our Thinger. So, yeah, we'll do that. Kill that. Alright. So, playing against some... yeah, what are they? Bug? Yeah. Weird. Weird looking bug deck. I wonder if they're splashing the blue. They could actually be Golgari. And they're just playing this for snow value with Faceless Haven. That actually makes sense. Because we didn't actually see any blue spells from them. Alright. Golgari Elves, maybe? That would actually make sense. They played all Elves, technically. Alright. Does that make me want to do anything different? I don't want to do the Shackles until I see some equipment. Could do the Dwarven Reinforcements. They look pretty bad against the 1/3. And the 1/1 that makes us discarded, as a matter of fact, too. So, I don't really like that plan. Faithful might actually go in instead of Dwarven Reinforcements. Might prefer that 3/1 body. Could do Skull Raid, because they might have some more expensive stuff in there. It kind of looks like they might. So maybe we ditch the Dwarven, do Skull Raid, consider Wither Crown. Okay, I'm on board. Let's try this out. Alright, it's a keep. We go Jarl into Vargoth into... or I wonder if we do Jarl into Bloodsky Massacre. I don't know. So Disciple, probably ditch the... I mean, I could ditch a land. Yeah, I guess we do. So now we can go... yeah, we'll probably do Cavalry instead. It's a Berserker. It makes more sense if we do a turn 3 Bloodsky Massacre. Esper too? Alright, now I think we'd probably ditch the Jarl. Feed the Serpent, so we'll do Massacre. We'll give the Menace thing haste. That way they don't even get the choice about double blocking and killing my cavalry. So this is probably fine. That's pretty cool value, actually. 1/1 that drew them, made me discard and then drew them 2 cards. So how many cards do they use? They use 2 cards. I lose a card, they net 1 card. Not the worst. Well, I guess Feed the Serpent can probably go. I don't need to exile some 1/1s. We're also going to be drawing cards here, which is quite nice. Yeah, so let's draw some cards. That's cool. Let's see if they double block. They do. I'm alright with that. Best use of mana would be Raven Wings Equip, but I think we'll get the Vargoth down now, because we can cast everything in our deck. So Vargoth is something I can eventually boast if I want to. We're also ramping, and they're missing land drops, which is important to note. So we have how much mana? We have 6 whole mana, which means I can boast too, so I think we'll just do Reaper plus boast. Boasting here with Vargoth is just insane, because we can get anything on our deck, so it's just mean. So we can get Carter, which seems pretty good. We can get Dwarven Hammer, which we can play. What do we want? I mean, we can play Rune of Speed, because it'll draw us a card, and we can play it on our Raven Wings. I mean, we've got plenty of options here. Question is, what do we want to do? I'm kind of feeling Carter, but Carter can't kill something that they have. I could just do like a Demon Bolt. This is tough, actually. What do I like the most? Kind of feeling Demon Bolt. We don't have a removal in hand, so I feel like Demon Bolt more than likely will be able to deal with anything they play. So why not just, if they play a creature, kill it, get in for another 6 points of damage, find the next thing, find and provoke the trolls. Alright, well, let's go. Well, I guess they have Doomscar mana. That's true. So let's do the Raven Wings then. And I guess we don't even have to equip it. We'll attack and we'll do Vargoth again. And this time we can get another creature. That way we definitely get a follow-up if they blow up the board. So maybe Carter. I feel like Carter's probably our best creature. So yeah, this sets it up where if they do Doomscar, we're fine. Not perfect, but certainly good enough. Like them playing Doomscar here, and we play Draugr's Helm. Yeah. So we'll play Draugr's Helm, we'll get a nice body out there, maximize our mana. We have a Menace creature, it's a 4/4, attached to equipment. We can Demon Bolt whatever creature they play. I guess they could play the Lindworm, but we're still looking pretty good. Oh, they can blow up, well, which one are they blowing up? I guess Raven Wings makes the most sense. But now we have a Menace creature, and they're at 4 life. Okay. So we can go... They don't even have enough to double block and kill the Draugr's Helm, so we'll just attack, see what they do. So we'll kill that. And then we'll go Carter plus Fearless Pup. So they're forced to attack with Shadow Sage. They can leave back their Faceless Haven to activate and block, but they're still in some trouble here. Sure. Packmate draws. They do have the mana to activate Haven, but we're still looking pretty good. I mean, they have to double block our Menace dude to survive. They have to attack with Shadow Sage. We have lethal on board currently. So they could use like a fight spell here. I mean, do I double block? I don't think so. But do I single block? I mean, they could have a pump spell. I think we win this. So I might as well just take 2 damage since we're at 18 life and play around like some sort of shenanigan. Especially since I'm tapped out. So we can attack now with everything. They can activate Faceless Haven, then we'll Demon Bolt. And probably look pretty good. Although, do I even want to? I'm not even sure we want to. Yeah, I don't think this is... We don't even have to cast Demon Bolt. Because remember, when an attacking creature dies, they get drained. And I think we actually kill the Packmate if they double block. I guess technically this keeps them alive, but... An attacking creature is going to die too, so... They go to 1. Alright, play the Berserker and then pass. So they can Skimfar Elder Hall to get some chump blockers. Guess technically that works. That was probably a good choice. So we can provoke and kill them. And that is that. Alright. Ended up going 2-1 with a deck that I was really shaky about anyway, so I'm pretty thankful for that. Alright. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll be back for the next one. We'll see you then.